All right, guys, welcome to the webinar. This is Cesar Ramirez, live with my special guest, Adam Ajet, and I appreciate Adam being on tonight. We did this webinar last week on Thursday. The recording totally flopped, and so I thought it'd be a good idea to bring him back out because there's still some questions that didn't get answered, and so I think this is going to be a pretty informational webinar. What changed from last week and this week is we're actually going to take you into my account of his software that I've actually applied here within the last 24 hours. That's right, last 24 hours. I just set this up yesterday. It took me about a couple hours because I'm new to the system. Okay, I did it just off of my knowledge of how to set up capture pages, and I got to tell you, his software completely just killed the learning curve for that new person because it's not that difficult. He's actually made it really, really simple. He'll go into that tonight. A little bit of a history on how Adam and I met. Some of you that are on this webinar, I see some names out there I recognize. Good to see you, Dominic Zarelli, out there in back east, New Jersey, I believe. Still, I don't know if you're still out there. Good old friend of mine. Good to see you, Anthony McGee. We were texting each other earlier today. And I think I'm not sure who's texting me right now. Sorry, guys. Hey guys, the idea of this webinar is to really get you guys up to speed on a new software that's hitting the marketplace. I think it's still kind of in its infancy stages because it's really that brand new. I mean, Adam can share with you how new it is, but it's more advanced than anything I've ever used in the marketplace as far as capturing a lead because it's leveraging a text messaging system. How Adam and I met, we actually met in person in San Diego probably about 5 years ago. In San Diego because he's actually the guy who developed Craigslist Ad Tracker. Now, some of you bought my course, Craigslist Ad Power, 5 years ago when it was hot, right? When Craigslist was a great place to market. I'm not saying it's not. It's still a great place. It's just changed a little bit. You can no longer use HTML code into your listings. Some of you have experienced that. And so check this out. I created an image ad. I'll show you that image ad that allows you to use that image inside of Craigslist because they still allow you to add images, and you can have a nice message in there that says, well, I won't spoil it for you. We'll go into the image information later, but you know, the idea is that I saw the value of Adam. He's a humble guy. I really like working with really humble people, and he's somebody that I kept in contact with over the years, and after Craigslist Ad Tracker, this has been his baby. Called Prupelr. So, Adam, thanks for coming out again, my friend, and please share with us, you know, your background and you know, what brought you into this niche, if you will, because I know you've been passionate about internet marketing like I have over the years. So, share your story, man.
All right, thanks, Cesar. My name is Adam Ajet. I actually started out in the software development. That's my main area. So I started out, you know, I had the 9 to 5, and after college, I got a job, and then I just realized, man, this 9 to 5 thing is not for me. I just can't do it. So that's when I started looking online, and then I started out doing I was gonna do consulting and contracting work on the side while I kept my 9 to 5 job. I was just looking for a way out of that 9 to 5 life. So anyway, I started advertising on Craigslist to help me get clients so I can do something on the side. And then I soon discovered Craigslist was actually a very good lead generation source. So I was getting lots of calls. I was very, very busy. I would work long hours on weekends and nights just so, you know, I can stay ahead. So that led me into doing more research into internet marketing, and that's when I realized I could create a tool to actually help me track my Craigslist a little better, so that I can monitor how many people are seeing my ads and you know, taking them through a process and things like that. So that's how I discovered the Craigslist Ad Tracker that Cesar was talking about, and that's how I met Cesar about five years or so ago. But anyway. The topic, what we're going to talk about today is mostly leads and conversion. We know Craigslist and classified ads are good ways to generate leads. We're also testing like social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, PPC. So those are other things that we're testing to see how best to use those other advertising networks. We're gonna go a little deeper into the system that we developed. It's a text messaging SMS based system. We're gonna go into that. It's just a system that helps you simplify the lead generation and conversion process. We're gonna go into detail about that. Then towards the end, we'll give you the people on the webinar. You guys will give you a special offer to help you get started with the system. And then we'll open it up for Q&A. Actually, before we do the Q&A, I'll pass it back to Cesar so he can show you his account. And I know last night he was texting me that he just posted up some ads, and he was already getting text messages and getting leads to opt into his page, to his campaign.
It's actually pretty cool, man. I woke up and my phone says lead 1, lead 2, lead 3, and I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And they also send you their names, and some of them, I don't know if anyone has completed the surveys yet. But anyway, we'll go deeper into that. And then we'll open it up for Q&A. So I believe I started internet marketing, created the ad tracking tool for Craigslist, and that's how I met a lot of people in the industry, and I just fell in love with the whole internet marketing and working from home. I've met people in different niches, lots of realtors, lots of MLM, network marketing, lots of affiliate marketers, just health and fitness, people in different niches. So I've been exposed to that industry for about the last 5-6 years now. Our main focus in this is how do we help people automate their sales and simplify the processes. A lot of times we do a lot of manual work that's not really necessary, that doesn't really help us get ahead. So our main focus is how do we look at your sales process, what you're doing, what can we use technology and software to simplify and help you, do the things that you really don't enjoy doing. Prospecting is one of them. So how do we use a technology system to help you prospect better? And how do we use a system to help you generate leads and also convert sales while you're sleeping, so you don't have to be there? So that's been our main focus over the past couple of years that when we started actually looking at creating a different system. So the system that I'm about to show you right now is we've been working on it. We started doing it for, I think it's 6-7 months now. So it's still pretty new, but we're getting lots of traction right now. People are looking at it. People are asking questions. People are using it. People are testing it, and we're getting good feedback. So the big challenges for entrepreneurs is generating leads. That's always the question. How do I generate quality leads? You can get lots of leads, but how do you also filter out the people that are actually qualified, the people that you want to spend time talking to, the people that you want to just follow up with? Prospecting is another big one. What do you say when you get your leads? How do you present? How do you present yourself, your business, your opportunity? How do you get people to look at it? How do you make sure that that person that's looking at it is actually really interested? How do you make them interested? How do you engage them? So that's also a difficult thing for a lot of, especially the newbies in the internet marketing. Closing sales is another big thing. So the main thing is how do we use a software system to automate a lot of these pain points that people have to go through and just simplify the process so they don't even have to think about it. Like Cesar was saying, you come in, you set up your campaign. It takes you maybe an hour, maybe a couple of hours if you're new. And then once you've done that, and once you do that, then the whole process becomes simpler after, and you don't have to redo those things again. Of course, you always want to keep testing and improving your marketing systems and campaigns and things like that. But it just becomes easier and easier because now you have a system that simplifies and automates that process for you. So duplication is also one big part. When I had the opportunity to be involved in the system a year and a half ago, and it was recruiting people into a system, and you would have to train those people. I didn't have any problem recruiting people because I've just been doing this long. But what I found was the people that you recruit are not as, maybe they don't have the experience that you do, or they don't necessarily see things, or they just don't get it the way you did, right? So one of the odd things is, you get people into a program, then you have to train them and you have to motivate them, and
Updates ready
a
to
lot of times they
install.
can't duplicate. They can't go do the same things you did. So the main thing is, how do you create a system where, let's say you're recruiting people into a network marketing program, or MLM, how do you get them to duplicate? How do you simplify the process for everybody? So that's one other thing that this system that I'm about to show you helps you do. So we wanted to create a system that was just very simple. Text for more information. Texting is what we realized that a lot of people were texting. Even before we created the system, we always, everybody text. So we wanted to create a system that everyone is familiar with. Texting was that thing that connects people faster. People who text strangers, people they don't know all the time. Something that makes people feel it's less intrusive. It makes people feel like, they can just quickly text to find out more information without having to actually speak to somebody, or, so texting was a way for us to do that. And so we wanted to create a system where you can have your leads just text you. And you'll be surprised how many people will actually text you rather than call, because, texting is just a little less intrusive. So we tested that texting. We tested it on Craigslist, and that worked out very, very well. We generated over 129,000 leads in about 3 months of testing for people in different niches, from real estate to network marketing to fitness to sales, auto sales, and just people in different groups, thousands and thousands of leads. So that was very, very exciting. So texting, as simple as putting a message in your ad that says, to get on your phone, text a certain keyword to a certain number, and you'd be just amazed how many people would actually respond to that. When Craigslist removed the HTML, they prevented people from putting HTML into their ads. This was the next big thing, and this was even actually better, because now you capture the phone numbers on the spot. As soon as people go to your ads and they see that message, lots of them will text you, and guess what? You have their phone number. That's even way better than just having people click on the link to go look at something, and maybe they don't even opt in on that page. But once they text you, they don't even realize they're pretty much sending you their phone number. You've captured it at that point. So the text for more information has worked really well with the testing that we've done on Craigslist. We're also doing testing on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So we'll be sharing the results of that with you guys. These are some of the ad templates that we have that you can use with your postings. So you'll be able to come in and use. We have different image templates that you can customize. You have a code that you need to text, and the phone number you want to text it to. So we found out the image ads, the ad templates, they convert very well, because they attracted a standout, and it gives people that it's just nice to look at, and then people take it more seriously. So the texting, these messages are also, they're good too. And what we did was we put a lot of these messages at the bottom of the ads. We'll put it right after we write our ad description. We'll put, the last message will be, text this code to this number to get more information. That also works just as well. So in some cases we combined the images with the text calls to action. Sometimes we just had these messages, and those work well. So you would have to for whatever you're selling, you'll have to test it out to see which ones maybe you combine both. That's probably more effective than just having one or the other. So this is another example of the ad that we ran, and we have several of those. This is another example. So we pretty much created several image ads, and Cesar will actually show you guys some of the ones that he created himself yesterday. So we'll go into that, but you would have access in our system to be able to generate this kind of images easily. So this is one that shows you how you have the text to for more information at the end of the ad. So sometimes it's better to just have it like this because it seems a little more clean, professional, than when it's just right in your face. So those are all the things that we also played with to see which ones people responded to the most. But so the whole idea is just to get people to text you. Right as soon as they see your ad, they text you for more information. You capture their phone number on the spot, and then you have to take it further. After you capture their phone number, then what? And that's one of the things we're also going to look at when Cesar shows his own account. Then you've gotten these leads, you send them a couple of texts, and then how do you get them to move forward? So we want people to be able to chat, be able to just say, hey, you just opted in, you have questions and things like that. And it's a good way to build rapport and build trust fast with your leads. And because you're texting them, they already feel like they know you, so they open up better and they respond much faster than say when you email them. So after the text opt-in, we wanted to pre-qualify and just have a way, an automated way to see that the person that's just texted is serious and actually interested. So we take them through an application process. I'll show you guys some of the examples of the survey questions that we ask people to see how they intend to buy and how
Adam,
serious are. Yeah.
I'm just thinking outside the box here. I mean, if someone really wanted to be a lead generator for, let's just say, an insurance agent and say, look, I got quality leads here. Nobody else has them. You're going to go into surveys right now. Guys, this to me right here, as Dominic can share with you, I mean, this is how I built my business 3 years ago, was through surveys. Surveys have been the lifeblood of the way I build leads, but Adam packaged it all together into a system where now it's like I don't have to deal with picking up the phone because these are all qualified through a cell phone system. Number one, if they're using cell phone and texting, you can kind of pretty much gather the idea that they're going to be between a certain particular age group, is my understanding. I mean, Adam, you can probably shed some light on that as well, but I've gathered that texting is your Y generation, 20s to about 40s, maybe 45. I know even my parents now text, so maybe I shouldn't judge the older generation. But I think we have a question here really quick that someone's asked. Will this work for CPA offers? And I think absolutely, right? I mean, you can pretty much take any niche and apply needs to it.
Yes, it'll work because it just depends on what exactly. Some offers they have some rules, regarding how you can promote them. So it depends on exactly what you're selling, but we can look at it by case basis. Going back to the texting thing, everybody's texting. There was a time my parents didn't text, but now they're texting all the time. And that's how we stay in touch. Before we call, he's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? So everybody's texting now. And one other feature that we have is people see those phone numbers on there, and some people might just decide to call you before they text. They see the phone numbers and they'll just call that number. One thing that we set up is you can also have a voice response, like a voicemail message for people that call your number. So you have telling them, giving them instructions. So because you'll get those people, just to want to see if it's like a legit number or something like that. They'll call it rather than text it. But on that voicemail that you set up, you just give them instructions, and then after they hang up, you text them, telling them, this is where to continue. So we have that feature in place.
John, just to answer your question really quick, Craigslist Ad Power, the old stuff that we used to do prior to 2013, what Craigslist did was they removed the HTML code. You can it was beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, you can have a clickable image ad that has since died out. But what what it's going to be updated towards and kind of gravitating towards is Adam's new finding. I really like what Adam built here because I can take an image ad, and I'll show you my ad here on Craigslist after we go through this presentation. But I literally capture leads by just using image ads now, and as well as placing text. I don't need to use HTML anymore. So, but to answer your question, the current training that's on there, that's been pretty much dead since 2013. That's why actually I closed down the registrations, because I wouldn't feel right filling the course anymore. All right, continue on, Adam.
Okay. So we'll make sure we try to answer all the questions. I'm seeing some questions in the chat area, but we'll get to that towards the end. So the main thing is you get people to text you, the text in, and then you take them through an application process. The application process can be a paid application or a free application. And some systems, some programs, you have to actually pay to like pre-qualify to get in. So it's kind of like a small upsell, if you will. So imagine, let's say you're selling products that range from $200 to $300 or $500. In a lot of systems now, they just don't ask you to come buy the product right away. They tell you first that, hey, in order to get access and learn more, you pay this $5 or $7. And you have access to the system, and then we'll train you, and then you can upgrade, things like that. So that's what the paid application does. It helps you pre-qualify and just get people, committed using a little fee to make sure that, first of all, they're able to pay, they're very motivated, and they have a means, they have a credit card. One thing I realized is a lot of times online, especially with internet marketing, a lot of people just think that, oh, it's just the internet, I don't have to pay, everything is free, or it's just going to be easy. But when you set up an application process, it just really helps you filter out and pre-qualify those that are, really interested and motivated and have the means to, actually buy a product and be successful with it. So I'll show you guys a little more about the application process. The kind of questions that we ask. So you make them pay or you make it free, but then you ask them some questions that you can choose your own questions, what you ask them, like, what's your goal, for instance, what's your goal, what's your experience, what are you trying to accomplish, things like that. That'll help you. It'll help you just focus their minds better, and then they're more likely to follow through. And those people that complete the surveys, those people are more likely to take your presentation, go to your main presentation, take it more seriously, and then you can follow up with them if they don't buy. The people that don't complete the survey, you still have their number, you can text them, but those people are less likely to move forward. So it's just it's kind of a way to get maybe a double opt-in process where everybody's opting in, and then you filter those that are actually serious. You put them into a different bucket. Those that completed your surveys and responded well to the questions you were asking. You just putting people in different buckets, so you know how to follow up. You know who you want to spend more time with, following up, and those that you want to talk to later. So we found that the process of that pre-qualification process actually helps increase your conversion rate. So the people that end up watching your presentation or going to your sign-up page are more likely to buy and also buy more and stay with you for a long term because you've actually taken them through an application process. So right now I want you to try it out for yourself. I set up a campaign where you can text this word CAP bonus, CAPBONUS, if you can see my screen. Text it to the number 858-217-4075, and that'll just demonstrate to you how the system works, and you'll be able to just see for yourself. So just try it out. Text that code to that number, and you get a text message. I believe you get a welcome message and also a link to complete the survey, so you can just experience it for yourself how that system works. One other thing is the surveys, and one thing we decided to do was, because most people are on their phones these days anyway, we wanted to make all our stuff, all our pages, our landing pages, our survey pages, presentation pages, mobile optimized, so that whatever device you're on, it always looks good on that device. So it's just gonna come out just right on your phone. More and more people are buying stuff from their phone, and browsing the web on the internet on their phone rather than from their desktop or laptop. So I'm starting to get those text messages coming in right now telling me people are opting in. So it's actually pretty exciting. And Cesar can also share this with you later on. The experience, when people start opting in, the experience just gets you excited. It makes you feel like you're doing something that you want to just go, you're ready to just go attack, and it's actually pretty exciting. And that's one of the things
exactly.
that,
Like it's actually working.
Yeah, it's working, right? Exactly. Yeah, it's working. And when something is working, it makes you want to do more. And that's one of the things. Especially with internet marketing and newbies online, you join a program and you don't get any quick feedback, and you're likely to be discouraged. It's not working, and then you move on to the next thing. Oh, it's not working. But with the text messaging and things like that, it gives you a feeling that there's something happening fast. There's urgency, there's feedback. It makes you excited. You want to stay longer. You want to do more. It's actually a psychological thing that we found out, especially with like new people trying out the system. So I think I talked about this. Some people will call rather than text. You leave them a nice customized voice response. And the neat thing about this is you can actually customize your voice response message based on the stage that your lead is in. Right? Let's say you're getting a call from a number that you don't even recognize, that someone that hasn't opted into any of your campaigns. You can give them a generic message, right? Let's say now somebody opts into your campaign and they go through your application process, and then they call that number again to see what their status is, with the survey. You can also leave a customized message for that person. You can say, hey, thanks for completing your survey. We're reviewing it. We'll get back to you. Things like that. Little touches like that in your sales process can really help you improve the conversions and get people to go further down in your sales pipeline. It's exciting. My phone is going crazy right now. I got over about 55 text messages right now of people, trying the cap bonus text to opt in. So it's working, and you'll be able to experience this too when you sign, when you see the system, and when you join and when you start setting up your own campaigns. You'll be able to set up your own different codes and campaign phone numbers and things like that, and you can put those things in your ads right away. So phone leads are better. They're more responsive than email leads. You have a real legitimate phone number, and how do you know it's real? Because once it texts you, it means it's a real number. There's no way they can fake it. One thing we also have is an opt-in page where people actually have to go enter their phone number, and when they do that, you can also we'll send them a 4-digit PIN code to verify their number with. That way you know that they're actually legit, so it's not a fake phone number or anything like that. So phone leads are better. Survey leads are better because now they've not only just opted in, they've also told you you've gathered certain information about them. Where they are, where they're trying to go, questions that actually help you pre-qualify. Just tells you a little bit more about the person. Right, so when you follow up, when you text or call them, there's something you can talk about to follow up. People are more likely to respond and tell you a lot about themselves in a survey, in an automated survey process, than they would actually tell you talking to them over the phone. So it simplifies your prospecting process. You don't have to get on the phone and start asking questions that's kind of awkward, and but once people complete that survey, now you know a little about them, and they'll open up on the survey much more than they'll do, say, you're on the phone. But this helps you so that later on when you decide to call or things like that, you know exactly what subjects and what things to touch on. Somebody tells you, hey, I really need to do something right now. I need to make money and things like that. I'm getting evicted or whatever, and I really need a business right now. And they tell you all these things in this survey. You ask them, so why are you looking for internet business, or why are you trying to join something like this? And they'll open up and tell you all these things about themselves. So later on when you follow up, you just mention those same things that they already told you about, and that'll help you. It helps you connect with them much better, and it helps you just move them along the process faster. So the one thing we also have is it's not just people. You get the text messages, you get the leads. We also have a complete CRM system that helps you manage those leads, so that you can see where each person is in the process. Those that have just opted in, those that have completed the survey, those that have seen your presentation. I'll show you guys a screenshot to help you see this a little better. Actually, so this is a dashboard screenshot that a dashboard screenshot. So if you can see my arrow here with the test that we did, 3 months long test on Craigslist, over 129,000 leads. Right, we ran ads in different categories for real estate, sales, jobs, gigs, services, and just different groups. So, and you can see here, these are the opt-ins, the people that actually texted to opt-in. And then you can see we skipped the application fee because it wasn't applicable to what we were trying to accomplish. And then the survey here shows you the people that actually went ahead and answered a few questions and provided us with more information about them. So they completed the survey, and you can see one thing we've noticed is the rate is it's about 45 to about 75% of people will actually respond to your survey, and that's all the people you need anyway. One thing I think was
28,000 opt-ins on the Craigslist gigs. That's cool, man.
Yeah. We ran about 1,500 or so ads, in that 3-month period. So it was a lot of ads to run, but it just shows you the power of the text into opt-ins, and people just respond to it much faster. And we're actually very pleasantly surprised by how much text messages we were getting. And this leads were going to different people that help us better test the system. So you can see here also from survey to approved. So we set up an automatic approval process. So the survey, you can either manually approve or automatically approve it. So and what that means is you don't have to manually review their response before they go onto your presentation. It's automatic.
I also noticed that you have a delay process, which is kind of cool. So guys, you can put a 5-minute delay to give it like someone's actually reviewing the survey, and then they can release the access, right?
Right, and what that does is instead of approving it right away, it just makes it feel like there's actually a process. You know what I mean? So they go answer this question, and instead of approving it right away, you just delay it. You can say approving an hour or 2 hours or 5 minutes, and that way the person on the other end is thinking, oh, am I gonna get it? They're anticipating your response, and and that anticipation creates excitement. Now they're looking forward to seeing your presentation. It's all psychological because they're waiting. When you do that, now it's kind of like increasing your barrier to entry for just not making it as easy for people to get in. When you don't make it that easy, they want it more. The more you delay it, the more they want it now because they can't help it. They're just waiting to see how you're going to respond. So it's a psychological thing that actually works pretty well. But sometimes, though, you want an automatic approval, just depending on the kind of questions you're asking. If you're asking more detailed questions and you're expecting people to provide you with more detailed responses, you probably want to have either a delayed approval or a manual review. That way, it's more real. So one thing I do sometimes, a manual review, after they respond to me, I'll actually read the surveys, and then I'll text that person, saying something that they had mentioned in the response so that they know that I actually read the response. And it just helps me connect much better with them. But it depends again on what you're trying to sell. Here is a screenshot of the leads. So you can see here, as people start to opt in, we get their phone numbers, their names. So with the text to opt in, text to opt in method is so people text to opt in, and before they give us their names, it'll show up as lead number this, and you can set up your text to opt in code so that it also asks for their name. It'll say what's your name, reply with your name, and things like that. And then some people will respond with their name. And obviously this is just me testing, making sure the system is working. But some people will respond with their name, and then some people also, and then once they respond, we'll send them a link to the survey, and then they'll complete the survey, and we'll approve them, and then they'll move forward. So it's actually, and some people won't respond, but then you have their phone number anyway, so you can text them, you can engage them better. SMS here just means you can go in and chat with them, and I believe I'll show you an example. So it's a complete CRM system that helps you track your leads, their progress. You can rate them. You can see how many people have seen your presentation, your main sales presentation, how many people went to your website, the status, and there's a lot of data that we collect about leads that just helps you have a better understanding of, where people are in the process, their intent to buy, who you need to follow up with, and track and monitor their progress. More leads. You see things like this. They've seen the presentation 5 times. It tells you that this person is really, really interested. So you might want to get on the phone with somebody like this, and you text them or just call them like, hey, I know you're really looking at this. Why haven't you bought it yet? And collecting data such as this will help you better communicate, because now numbers don't lie, right? You know what they've done. So if I tell somebody to go watch a video and I can track if they watched it or not, that really helps me, So they can just say, oh, well, I watched it, but I know if they actually did. So we collect a lot of data. One of the things we also do with our system is you can actually time, when you send people to go watch a video, you can time how much of the video they watched, how much time did they spend on that page. And that way, you know how to follow up with them. So, say a video is 5 minutes long and they only watch the first 5 seconds. Well, okay, maybe they're not really interested. But if they watch a minute, 2 minutes into the video, you can text them right away and say, hey, I know you're really looking at this. You follow up better. It just helps your conversion. So it's a complete CRM and sales generation system that we're still here on top of the texting. So you set up your opt-in codes. Actually, we had about 1484 ads that we ran, different codes that we used. So people would just text this code to a different number, and and they'll start the opt-in process. And you can see that we got opt-ins from 46 to like some of them were in 100 or so. But you will see, depending on the ad you're running and how long the ad stays up, you can expect to get opt-ins, in the 10 at least. I think Cesar already has 6 or 7 opt-ins just from last night alone. I don't know if your ad is still up, but you can post the ad, you can repost your ad, keep them up longer, especially if you're posting on Craigslist and things like that, if they don't flag them or other things. But just depending on what you're posting.
Yeah, I ran some. I posted the same image over on Instagram, but the mistake that I did, and this is for you guys that are learning, because this is just my first campaign that I ran, is I should have changed the tracking like what Adam has here, so that I know that the tracking came from Facebook or Craigslist or Instagram, and it's so much easier to put up an image than it is trying to write a bunch of copy, So
right.
So anyway, as he has here, where it says keyword, right there where it says keyword, you see where he has like Prupelr, and you got like different codes. each of those can be a tracking for whatever market you're doing, whatever campaign you're doing. So keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point you brought up, Cesar. So let's say you're posting an ad in a classified ad on CL somewhere. You can actually use a code that helps you know which specific ad they actually saw when they tested in, so you can track things better. Let's say I'm running 5 different ads at the same time. I want to use 5 different codes so that whichever ones people texting more, that's the one that is really getting people to text me. That's the one I want to keep running. So it helps you track your ads and just monitor things better. This is when people text, you can chat with them, 2-way SMS conversation. So you ask them questions and they text you back, and you see where it goes from there. So the texting is, it just helps you build a better relationship with your prospect. Sometimes people are gonna have questions. Sometimes just sending a little text message can actually help people move forward. People that were a little hesitant before, but because they received a text from you, a personalized text message from you. Because a lot of times what people think is it's automated. Like, these text messages are automated. There's no way somebody's actually sending this to me. So what I do is instead of sending a text message that looks automated, I'll ask a question. So when people see a question, they're like, oh, there has to be somebody else on the other end that wants to know. So I ask people questions, and they respond. Just a way to engage people better and help them move forward. Survey response. So I mentioned they ask different questions, and you'll be able to ask. I think people ask questions from 2 questions to 20 questions, just depending on what it is. I believe this is for a sales recruiting campaign, and these are some of the questions they ask, and you can see how detailed some of these responses are, and what people will tell you about themselves. So there's nothing better than having just enough information about a particular prospect before you start following up with them. And this is all automated. So by the time they completed the survey, you haven't even talked to them yet. You haven't done anything yet. It's all automated. And once they complete the survey, you get notified, and then you can take it from there. So it's actually pretty cool. The prospecting, this is exactly what people do on the phone, when they prospect. But when you have a survey like this, it just simplifies that process much, much better, much faster. People tell you more than they would if you were talking to them, because it just feels safer. And you have enough ammo to follow up. To tell you their pain points, their desires, and things like that. When you engage them, you have enough things to bring up and remind them about. Which buttons to push to just help them make them buy pretty much. So this is another survey. And, people will sell. So one thing the survey also does is people will sell themselves into buying a product, because when you ask the right questions, people will give you, they'll come up with reasons. They'll come up with enough reasons to justify it in their own head and tell you why they need to be able to see what the next step is. Why, it's kind of like a job interview. You're the employer, and this person comes in, and you're asking them questions. Now they're in a position where they have to justify and prove to you that they're qualified, and that's essentially what the survey does. You have to, you're not pushing it. You're not the one begging or trying to get them to join or buy or anything like that. Now you kind of switch the role, where you're asking them, what makes you think you can do this? What makes you think you qualify? What makes you think you can move forward? And that is it's a powerful sales technique. You're not pushing, you're just asking, and you let them talk. There's one thing that the person that speaks the least wins. I can't remember where I heard that. But in sales, you don't want to talk too much. You just want to ask questions and let the other person just let them pretty much tell themselves, give you all the data and give you the reasons why, they should be able to buy or join or further. It makes people feel good when they talk. But anyway, so here's the deal. I've shown you guys some screenshots of the software. what we have set up here is a special promo offer for you guys to go try it out, to go sign up for the software, try it out. It's a 50% off one-time offer. So we have customers now that are paying the regular price. So that's a great offer. We want you to, because it's still pretty new. It's the first time you're seeing it. We want you to be able to just go in right now, sign up, try it out. The promo code you need to use is CAP bonus, CAPBONUS, and you want to enter that promo code before you check out. So the website is Prupelr.com, Prupelr.com. The promo code when you check out, so you go to Prupelr.com, you create your account, and then once you proceed to check out, before you enter your credit card information, you'll see a prompt for a promo code. You want to enter the promo code CAPBONUS, CAP bonus. So now I want Cesar to also demo his account, and Cesar, you can I'll give it back to you. I don't know if you can just show your screen, and then we can go through your account and use that as a live demo.
Adam, you still there?
Ask me. Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, for some reason you were cutting out. I wasn't sure if that was my phone or.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Can you repeat that?
Okay, sure. Okay, so the deal that Prupelr.com is the website. CAP bonus is the promo code you need to enter in order to get the 50% off special discount. So CAPBONUS, if you're not seeing my screen right now, go to Prupelr.com, PRUPELR.com, and then enter the promo code CAPBONUS before you check out. But the other thing I was saying is I want to do a live demo with your account, Cesar. We'll switch back to your screen, and we'll be able to look at your account, and also maybe show us the ad that you ran to generate those leads,
Sure.
And then you can go back and ask me questions and things like that, and we'll use that as a live example.
Yeah. Let's do that now. And I appreciate that bonus again for my Credit with That Power students and anybody that is on my list. You guys know I value you being on my list, and so I only like to bring out quality people. Obviously, you can tell Adam is not someone that's going to inject and pump you up and hype you up. That's not the type of person he is. He just brings you some good value and sees, and you see the results. I mean, I don't know anybody else in less than 90 days has cranked out over 29,000 leads in just one campaign. That's just one. Multiply that by, close to 120,000 leads. I just have, I guess in a question for you, Adam, is how would you handle so many leads, man?
So when we ran this campaign, it was for different groups, different people. We had beta testers. I had people from my previous, site, people from Ad Tracker that wanted to, some of my long-time clients that we ran some ads for. So it wasn't just me getting all those 129,000 leads. It was for lots of different people. And,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Awesome. And I'm going to go through, I appreciate Clifford. Thank you for answering some questions there. I know, Dylan, you're not in the U.S., and so I think the answer, we didn't get that question last week, but the question is, can this be used anywhere you go in the world?
Oh, yes. The SMS technology can be used anywhere. You can generate phone numbers in over 200 different countries. So, and the text messaging, you can text people in Africa or Europe or wherever you are. You can send text messages as long as they have a cell phone and their career allows that. You can text people, and it's the same. It's the same. You don't have to pay more for say texting people in Europe or texting people in different countries. So it works everywhere.
Do you know of a system that isn't like a cell phone service that isn't it doesn't work with, that you know of? Like a Boost Mobile or some cheap service?
We haven't had any complaints or things like that yet. But there probably are some companies that it probably doesn't work with. So one thing is when it doesn't work, we monitor our system a lot. So we monitor the text messages that are going out. The ones that aren't sent, the ones that fail, we can track it, and there's usually a good reason. Maybe the career doesn't allow it and things like that. So we monitor the system, and we haven't seen anything that stands out to us like, hey, we really need to look at this. If we find any such messages and things like that, we'll follow up with the provider to see why it's not working. I mean, we'll find some answers.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now, guys. So as I pull this up, we'll dig into my account. You guys can see what I've done. Oh, cool. I didn't realize the names were actually on the front page. See, I'm still learning. Okay, we'll pull this up right now. All right, so this is a screenshot live. I'm logged into Prupelr in my account. Hi, Cesar. So these are my stats. I got a returning prospect of 1, and then new opt-ins are 6, and this is all within, I think I launched this last night, so it hasn't been a full 24 hours, and I haven't posted it in many places. I'll show you some of the ads I've done, and this is just a test for a company called Prupelr. It's just a gold. Some of you may have heard of it. It's been around for a few years, but I've just been buying it buying my gold as a personal savings account because we all know what's happening to cash. And so my ad was targeted towards this company. So let's look at what that looks like. Sorry about that. That's an arcade I actually sold today. I got into arcades as a hobby. That's another story. That's just that's my de-stressor away from from everything else I do. So here's an ad that got flagged, just so you guys know. But and I'll show you the one that's still alive. So seeking top sales team builders, not MLM. This is probably why I got flagged because I used MLM in there. I don't know.
Right. Right.
But this. Go ahead. Share your insight.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, you want to be less. Yeah, you probably don't want to say things like that because I think Craigslist, they monitor saying, they really check out the keywords and things like that. So that
the keywords are strong. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you guys see here, it says the freedom to set your own hours, make extra money for your family. So I found this ad just by searching. But what I did was I went into a software called, some of you that took my course with Craigslist Ad Power, it's just, I can just give it to you guys because I think it's called Pixlr. It's basically like a Photoshop, Pixlr.com. It's just an image editing software. And I took that URL, I brought the image in here, and all I did was change the text here to say, text the word apply to this phone number. This phone number was provided by Adam's system that he just showed you. I didn't have to go out and buy it. I actually did an updated portion to my course where I was teaching how to go buy a phone number or use like Google Voice and then having to use Google surveys. And it was too much of a, oh my goodness, it was too much of a learning curve to explain to people. Now that's been solved by a simple 6-step process that Adam created in his software. So if we open up this campaign here, I'll show you how mine looks like. The first step is right here, step 1. So he has you go through and set up your campaign and kind of tailor it towards your audience. Of course, so I'll just kind of show you here's the title, 3-step process. I call it Cesar Work From Home Program. I think that's what goes out to your messages. Yep. So you can call it whatever you want, but that's what I use because he has it here, Adam's lead system. I just kind of just duplicated what he had there as an example, and then it doesn't show this now, but you would see a button here that says click here for your area code number that you want to choose. Because I was going to market locally in the Inland Empire where I'm at in California, that's the 951 area code. I was able to pick up a 951 number. I thought that was beautiful. And so if you guys text apply to this number 951-373-2764, you can actually go through the sales funnel and you'll see what I've created using his system. So 951-373-2764 664 951-373-2764. Text apply. Just the word apply to that, and then you'll see exactly what happens. Pretty much same thing that happened with Adam, but mine takes you to a funnel, And actually, to take the application, I actually charge an application fee. I'll tell you why I did that in a second. The final step to this step one is the URL that you want to take people to. You can use your own URL if you have a URL, or you can use the built-in one from the system that he provides. I just use surveyleadsystem.com. And then the tag would be like where you want to, basically it's like a redirect tag. I call it Get Gold. So that's my 3 steps I set up there. And then I went into the opt-in page, which, by the way, I'm still testing this. What I like about what he has here is a template option. So you click on that little button, it gives you all these selections of templates that you can use for a capture page. So if you're in the weight loss niche, here you have it. If you're in the gold business or whatever you're doing, you can use different gold colors. I believe he even allows you to change the background and the videos, which is what I did. I actually used this guy here. So if you guys are using a cell phone, which most people do, it actually scales to the size of your cell phone, which is pretty awesome. Let me pull that up real quick. So this is kind of what it kind of looks like here. So I just found this image on the net that talks about the history of gold and that kind of stuff and why people should be buying it. But here's your name, country code, and then the cell phone number, and then you get the PIN number to get in. And then to get into the application, the next step is, where am I at? All right, is the third step. So now we're going to the application area, and he showed you his example. He doesn't charge a fee. I did one just because I wanted quality people, and I only charge a $4.97 fee. I like this because whether they join or not, you have the option of qualifying that person that they're actually serious about what they're doing. You get paid straight to PayPal, or you can get paid if you have an authorized net account. You can get paid to your bank, checking account number. But I think this is powerful. You're weeding out the needy, the hungry from the needy. Does that make sense? Those that are hungry are not going to make excuses like, oh, $4.97, no problem. I'll pay the application fee. That's my attitude. And I don't know. I mean, you can test however you want, but I just like that he created this option there. That's the application to get into the survey. Let's go take a look at my survey here. And some of you that ever taken my my survey for my eBay system that I have or anything else I've done, I pretty much leveraged the same questions I had there. You can opt in and go through the questions. But essentially, the first question is, have you ever been involved in a home-based business? If so, which ones? The second one I ask is, have you ever been able to experience residual income? I want to know if your mindset has ever experienced what it's like to wake up and money's in your bank account without you working. That's called residual income. For something that you did once before, you're getting paid over and over again, right, on a monthly basis, mailbox money. Third question I asked is, share your thoughts about purchasing gold as money versus holding on to cash. And I want to hear people's feedback on how they think. And so I'm tailoring this towards this particular product. If I'm doing something in the insurance industry, of course the questions will be changed for that. Would you be interested in educating others on the value of holding on to the gold? Okay. Please provide us with any information we should know about you. And then the last question is, would you be willing to provide a video testimonial of the success you achieved, considering you do well with your gold business? And so that's what 4 or 5 questions I asked there, and then it takes them over to the product page, which is essentially the ability to sign up and become an affiliate. So here's the final step. Congratulations, you made it to the final step. And then here's some testimonials. And then I just had some copy there that I found. Actually, I think I just wrote some copy here on my own. And then they click this button, and then they can become an affiliate. So I don't know if I did it correctly. So far, I've gotten opt-in, so I think that's a good thing. I know that. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
The question I had for you is okay, so if I put this ad out, right? So I'm just trying to think of the flow here. I put this ad out here. Someone texts this number. I now have their phone number in the system, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So if you can go back to your leads page, I see you have an So yeah, all those, the names and the phone numbers, yeah, they're all in there. And
Yeah. So I didn't know like I didn't know who these guys are, which is cool because my phone didn't show that I got a name. It just shows. Actually, I'll show you what it shows so you guys can see. I sent myself the email.
The first time they opt in, it tells you, lead number 1 just opted in, something like that. And then a text message goes back to that lead asking for their name. And that's when they reply with their name. And
that's when the name goes in. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. My screen capture of my phone. So you can see here that lead number 2, phone number, opted in with keyword apply. So this is actually pretty cool. So think about this. If I didn't use that keyword apply, I'll show you what the keywords are actually located. Opt-in codes right here. This is what Adam was showing you earlier. I can create another one for like initials for Craigslist or initials for Instagram. So I can really dial it in where my leads are coming from. Does that make sense, guys? So I think it was John that asked, like, what would you use for a survey? You really don't need to go anywhere else. This is an all-in-one system right here. One thing I haven't done, I got to go cancel it because I'm paying money for a voice response system that allows me to leave a 2-minute message. Adam actually has a voice response system here, and if I understand it correctly, if someone picks up the phone and calls this number, Adam, they're going to hear this, right?
Yes, if you set it up. So right now you don't have anything set up, it'll just end up, right? But once you create a voice response and they call that number, whatever message, you can leave your own recorded message, or you can actually automate, write a message that gets read back to them, with an automated voice. So.
Awesome. Yeah. So any questions, guys? How the system works? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously, this is just one campaign. I'm going to work on one for my my eBay project that I have for building leads for that, and I'm just testing right now. Like I said, I think this conversion is pretty cool. 13 views and I got 7 opt-ins.
Not bad at all. Not bad. So what you need to do now is, like, you want to set up, if you go to SMS, you can set up a auto-respond message, going back to these people that opted in, send them something to make them move forward,
Gotcha.
So we have a system here where you can time it as well. So like if they haven't paid the application, you can send them a message saying, hey, you just opted in, you have any questions, things like that. I find that when you ask questions, people tend to respond better than when you just try to sell them, So I create messages, I'll just tell them, hey, welcome, you just opted in. If you have any questions, text back, things like that. Let them know there's somebody else on the other end. And
it would be cool too if you guys can add like some predefined messages just to get an idea,
Right,
like
some examples. Yeah.
Yeah, that would help. I like the fact that I can grab that first name, lead's first name. I can copy this code right here and then dump it in there. And title, I guess title would be like a subject. Is that what it is?
Yeah, title is just for you. Yeah, subject. Actually, they won't see the title, so it's just for you in your reporting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. What would you text them? Like, can you give me an idea?
Yeah. Also, first name, welcome to Carrot Bars, or is that what you called it? Carrot. Yeah. Cesar,
yeah, Carrot Bars. Yep.
This is Cesar. I'm here to monitor your progress. Text me if you have any questions. Just text if you have questions, things like that.
Perfect. Okay. Follow up and send them 5 minutes after they opt in.
Yeah, you can send it right away. You can also time it. Yeah, 5 minutes is good.
Cool.
So what that does, the event date is, if you want to send it just from this moment forward, you can specify that time. But if you wanted to go send it to everybody that has opted in, which means all the 7 people on your list right now are gonna get it, you can leave that blank.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys really thought of everything here.
Yeah. We've been trying it out for a few months now, so we've had to play with it a lot to see.
What's this one sequence number here?
So let's say you were sending multiple text messages. After they opt in, you want to send, instead of one text, you want to send maybe 5 texts, or you want them to be delivered in order. So you specify the order you want them delivered in. Like we probably change them to order number or something.
So I would put like 6 or something for all 6 messages?
It's optional right now, but let's say you had another message you wanted to send right after this one. Then you call this one 1, and then the other one will be 2, something like that.
I'm over 1 here, huh?
So somebody was just asking, Darby's asking if we can do bulk messages. So this is essentially a bulk message system. It is send it to everybody in your list. Everybody that has opted in will get it, whether it's 7 people or whether it's 10,000 people.
Wow, man.
That was all get the message.
I just got it. As soon as I hit save, I got the text right away.
Yeah. So if you refresh on that page right now, you'll see SMS sent. Should refresh and say 7.
Wow.
So everybody on your list got that message right now. So it's a pretty robust system. We've tested with thousands of leads. It's just a fact. 10,000 or 20,000 people. So imagine if you have a webinar coming up, and you have 500 people on your list. You can just send them a text right away, saying, hey, they're more likely to respond and show up on the webinar than when you send email, because most people don't even check their email until when it's a day or 2 later. So text is a powerful way to get people to respond faster. But you already know that.
Yeah. Cool. I'm liking this system, man. You got it laid out clean. It's simple, and that's pretty much all I need.
And the system, like I said, we're still pretty a young company. The system is still evolving, so we're always adding new features and trying out different things. Playing around with layouts and things like that. So we're here, and we're always making additions and adding features, and we're here if you guys have questions and support and things like that. Community.
Brian, I think Brian has a question here. Yeah, Brian, there's actually a training tutorial here. Visit our tutorial page under support, and there's a breakdown here of advertising your campaign. Adam added video. They've added videos here. I think there's a video for like follow-ups, or at least there's text supporting on how to set that up.
The system is actually pretty simple. Once you watch the first couple videos, you get it, and you just click around and you just play around with it. It might take you an hour, just because you're not used to it. There's a little learning curve, but once you get it, it's pretty straightforward. So.
Yeah, no problem, Darby. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and make sure to thank Adam and Cliff, because they're the masterminds behind the software. You guys are seeing it first. It's pretty ground floor. Nobody else is really doing this out there, as far as I know. And you can just imagine. Instagram, same idea. Let's head over to my Instagram. I'll show you that ad that I'm using out there. Instagram. And I'll do some additional training, guys. Like if you guys buy tonight and get the discount, just send me a message inside the system here, and then I'll be happy to help you guys on how to create images like these. I mean, these are pretty straightforward. But if you have trouble with graphics, I have no problem helping you guys out.
Cesar, we also, if you go back, if you don't mind going back to your account, we also have a way to set up those images. So if you go back to opt-in codes, so we're actually in the process right now of adding more image templates to the system, and you click on select on the image add template.
Image
template. To your right. Yeah.
Select. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we're adding it's fine. I wonder why that is, but anyway, I was just gonna say that we're in the process, so it shouldn't be blank. That's probably just something happened there. But we have image templates, so you don't have to go, create your own images within a different system. Of course, you could if you wanted. You can use PowerPoint or different tools to create images that you actually put on your ads. But what we have here that's built in is also giving you different options with the templates, so you can customize it and download the image, kind of like its own image software, so that you can put those on your ads. And we'll look at it and see why that didn't show anything right now. But so actually, if you go to Prupelr, click on go back to the home page. If you don't mind, just to show you what I meant. Yeah, just go back to home page, Prupelr, the one top left, and then go to demo. Yeah, I just wanted to show you exactly what I meant by the image ad template.
Oh, I can pass you back the share. You want to share the screen on your end?
It's pretty. Image ad templates. You click on that, it'll show you examples of the templates that we provide.
Oh, there it is. Image ad templates.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you got the ones that you use in the PowerPoint here as an example.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So we'll provide different templates and things like that you can easily just customize and just plug it into wherever you're advertising.
My head is just spinning. Like I know somebody that can use this for their insurance business, or you can even sell leads as a business to that person that's in the insurance industry, right?
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to create this as a either sell the system or sell the leads, you can literally run a business just doing that as well. Pretty cool.
Yes, you can. I've actually asked questions of people that want to do that. So,
Garth, question. Good to see you, Garth. You don't need any other lead capturing software with this system? You're right. Yeah. All the leads get captured in systems. So you don't need to be paying for like email follow-up systems or anything like that. You can literally do everything from here. I mean, in my opinion, we spoke about this last week. I mean, there's nothing faster than text messaging. I don't think anything out there can beat text messaging, because as soon as you get text, 90% of the people or more open up their text messages. I got 5,000 people in my my AWeber list, my email list in AWeber. For those who don't know what AWeber is, and you're not hiding under a rock, but it's an email software that you capture leads on the capture page, and then you can email that list. Out of 4,000, 5,000 people, it's always about 5-10% if you're lucky that open up the emails. Yeah, that sounds about right. So about 300, 400 people that open up the email, which kind of sucks, because you're paying for the 5,000 people in that system, and it's not cheap. So, and all that does is just email out people. With this, I think you're in front of the edge of the cutting edge. I mean, if you go to Prupelr.com/cap, what is it, cap promo? Is that what you call
cap bonus? Cap bonus. BONUS. Yeah.
I mean, you guys can see the breakdown. It just really depends on the amount of traffic that you're going to do. If you're only going to do, if you're just going to run one business, 500 subscribers, I think that's more than enough. SMS subscribers.
I mean, with the subscribers, if you have 500 subscribers, there's buyers in there. Like there are people that would have bought your products, and you'll be able to paying the $99 won't be a big deal. Now, if you have 500 SMS subscribers and you're not making money, then we need to like look at your strategy and look at what you're trying to what you're selling. There's no way that you're gonna have 500 phone numbers of prospects and nobody's buying. Well, with email,
that's
you
right.
can easily do that.
Yeah, if you have 500 people like Adam said, and no one's buying, then there's definitely something wrong with the campaign, or the way you're following up with them. So I think there's going to be a lot more training on marketing, but the system's in place. It's all in one. You can't go wrong with SMS. I mean, like I said, I don't think people are opting in because they chose to, and text messaging is the fastest way to go. So, Adam, if I get a response from that message I sent out, where would it go in the system? Can you give me an idea?
So if you go back on your dashboard, you'll be able to see. So like when it says new SMS, you can actually click on that, and then you'll be able to see what the message is. So if they were to text you back, you'll be able to, this is where you can text them and just chat with them.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
So every time somebody sends a text, it'll come up as new SMS. And also, if you go back to your leads tab, you'll see. You can also get to this page from the leads tab.
Up here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you'll be able to see under SMS column, you'll be able to see, what's new. So if somebody is sending you a message, like incoming SMS Gary, it says this is incoming. He just responded to you. So
cool. He's on the web. He's on the webinar, dude. That's funny.
That's funny. Yeah. So that's
sorry, Gary. My son Gary Evans. So there you go. That proves it works. So there's your history of thread. So this is pretty. Like I said, I'm still new to the system, guys. It's pretty awesome, though. I like this. Anthony, I think, was playing with this earlier. This must be Anthony from Long Beach. Pretty cool. He got it. Cool. And Steven, this is 9:07 a.m. I'm not sure where this is from. Cool. So I like it. I can get their name. Yeah, Massachusetts. Okay, cool. So you have a matching to the state. I like that.
Yeah, the reason for that is you track the state because the more data you have, you know when to text them. So if I'm in San Diego and somebody's in New York and it's 9 p.m., I know it's midnight, so I don't probably want to text at that time. Something like that. So that comes in very handy. Oh,
sure. Yeah, this is definitely in my area, California. So this must have been a Craigslist lead here, 760 California. Right on. This is I got to put this to put some more ads out. Any tips on what has worked the best for you for conversions, like getting them to buy? Are you picking up the phone and actually calling them, or how do you close the deal, the sale, if it's all back and forth texting? I guess my question. You can share that with everybody.
So that's usually the hardest part, right? Your campaign, if you're doing videos, the message in your video has to be strong. For a lot of new people, they probably won't have a strong video, so they'll probably just be sending people to the company website or video, things like that. But one of the things that we're looking at is doing in the future is actually having more of a done-for-you kind of service where we set up your campaign for you, and you tell us what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to sell, and we look for the best ways, and we'll help you set it up. Now we don't have that in place right now, but that's where we're going to go to make this as simplified enough for everybody as possible. That
would be sweet.
Go through your
that's awesome.
opt-in page, application page, survey. We want to be able to tell you what kind of questions to ask, what to send people, the kind of text messages you send people. We want to be able to just show you that in our community. That's one of the things we'll be doing, like a ongoing training, just discussing different areas. Say you're in the gold carat bars, and you have questions about that. Maybe there are other people that also have similar questions or ideas or have answers. We have a community that we're able to interact and just help each other out. So as we grow, as we have more people, that's a service that we'll be providing as well. Is making sure that for the new person that doesn't have maybe a strong enough experience in terms of creating a campaign process or creating messages, marketing messages to actually get people to take action. We want to be able to just help you out and help you do that. Right now, we'll look at whatever you're selling and we'll give you feedback. You tell us, hey, I don't know, people are not buying this, and we'll go look at it and tell you, this is probably why. Maybe change this, try that, things like that.
Cool. I think my flow, and you can kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but let me step back because I think that was a good screen. If we look at the first message that this gentleman here got, Jason, welcome to our work at from home system, and then what is your name? He replies.
Actually, the apply should have been the first text that came in, but it's just the time sorting thing. So that was the first. He texted apply, and he got the welcome message. Right.
And then then he would go to. So it would ask him for his name, and then he replies here, but it would say thank you, please continue to this, right?
Yeah.
So here's my question on the flow. I'm sending him into a capture page, but I've already got his name and his number, so I don't think I should send him here, correct?
Oh, so yeah. So you send after you get the name and the number, you probably want to just send them directly to your application page and put this video on your application page instead.
Gotcha.
So there's no point.
I got to fix that.
Yeah. Yep. So you got to fix that. And those are the kind of things that we look at, and we help you. We'll say, okay, this process you have here probably is not the best way to get people to move forward. So, and once you change that, more people.
Yeah. Does that make sense, guys? For those that are still with us on the webinar, does that make sense that the flow there? You want to simplify it as much as possible because I'm basically asking them twice. What's your number and what's your name? But I've already asked them that. So this is if you send somebody directly to the page without a code.
Right.
And so this is somebody that wants to get a 4-digit PIN. So I got to fix my flow here, but I'll do that tonight. Good thing.
So if you, Cesar, just to show you a quick way to do that, if you go back to your opt-in codes page,
yep,
you'll be able to just change that and just say, and you click on edit. So
Yep.
You'll be able to just say send to application. Don't send back to the opt-in page. At the bottom.
Continue
so
to application page.
Yeah, that'll skip the opt-in because they already opted in. And that'll take
perfect.
the application. Right.
Done. All right. You guys just learned something there. Oh, Jason's on here too. Cool. So Jason, you got this last night at was that last night or this just came in right now? No, this is that was last night. You opted in last night at 9 o'clock. I'm just curious, where did you see the ad? Oh, from my email? Cool. Okay, yeah, so I sent out an email as well for people to test the system. So Jason's on my list, so he received the email that said text, this number and the word apply. And that way you can kind of get a taste of the system. Okay, so I forgot I did that. Thanks for the reminder. So another good reason why I probably should have tracked that, created that different campaign name. Thanks, Jason, for making me feel like an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's a good point. You guys are learning here. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I got a campaign working here, and it's capturing leads. I just need to track it better. So I would have used like email instead of apply as an example. But cool, we fixed the flow, everything's working, and now I just got to put some images out there. I think these images that you show here at the front, Adam, are going to help people get an idea of what their target is for whatever they're marketing, because this is a lead system machine. If we get, where is it, demo? Yeah, demo, and then we got survey templates, image ad templates. I mean, these are really going to help people get up and going. If you have like a library of this stuff categorized into different things. I think, Cliff, you're the man for graphics. If you guys need some help as well, I don't mind throwing in some of my own stuff that I use to help people get some ideas. Cause I really like the system, man. You made me a fan of it. I like texting. I think texting is not going to go away anytime soon. So there you have it. Any other questions, guys? Adam, I don't know if you have any other questions.
I think someone was asking, I think I saw something in the chat area, the membership site. So one thing we have is we have a community system where people that create an account with us, they can see what's going on in our community. You can see what other people are saying, the questions and the updates and things like that, where you can interact and collaborate. So the membership site feature also allows you to do that for whatever products you're selling. So Cesar, for instance, you in the gold, you start generating lots of leads for your carrot bars business. You can also have a membership site where all your leads will be able to go on that page, and they'll be able to. You can welcome new leads. You can educate them. You can you can chat, build a more solid relationship, and that's essentially at the basic level what the membership site allows you to do. What we're also planning on doing with that is once people buy a product, maybe you want to have a private membership area for people that actually buy your products, to charge them on a monthly basis to access that site. You can also be able to do that. You can have it either as free membership or just a paid membership where only people that pay you can get in. One way to use the membership site would be, as soon as people opt in, you can say, you can entice them to opt in and say, hey, when you opt in, I'll give you access to my membership site where I'll give you more training or education and things like that. And then that'll excite them. That'll make them want to go further. You can also do that on the application process. Like once you complete your application, I'll give you access to my membership site. And then on your membership site, you can set up, you can give them more valuable info, training. They can get to interact with you. I mean, they can post stuff on your board. You can message them and things like that. Just a way to build a much stronger connection and a relationship with your leads, so that they move forward and they buy.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome, man. I mean, I remember the hours I used to spend on the phone trying to recruit people to my elite dropshippers program for eBay, and the ones that were interested would never join, but the ones that were texting me were the ones joining, either through Facebook or through cell phone. Kind of interesting how that worked out, huh? So I don't know if they just want you to care about them, hear their voice or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe they don't like my voice. I don't know. Maybe texting is the way of the future. I think it is, my friend. So you got a powerful software here, man. I really like this thing.
There's more to come, Cesar. We're just getting started. So thanks for the feedback. Thanks to everybody on the webinar. Once you guys create your account, one thing we also have is you'll have access. It's not just you create your account and then you're on your own. We're here to help you and walk you through the whole thing. We're here to support you and help you figure out what you're trying to accomplish, and give you ideas and tips and whatever just helps you get more sales. So.
Yeah, Garth, you say your wife has a business where she sets up a table to sell her goods. You would love to help her get some leads via the internet. I'm kind of picturing, I used to be a DJ for 15 years. I still have my equipment, but I thought about that. If you want to generate leads through a text messaging system, something like this, you can really gather interested people for that campaign for, parties, follow-up leads, running promos, that kind of stuff. So for your wife's business, I can see that as if she's selling goods to a particular audience, then absolutely, you can target that audience either through a Facebook campaign with an image ad, right? Because Facebook takes image ads, and then just use the keywords in your text, right? Text the word, goods to this phone number for that particular market. So I'm going to assume that you probably want it in that area code that you guys live in. So I don't even know how you do it, Adam. I just got to ask. How do you cover all the area codes in that particular area? Do you literally buy all these numbers?
Yes. So every time you create a campaign, we you have to buy that number. So we have a text message and provided allows us to do that.
Wow.
So if you're in the
awesome.
U.S., you can get a number in any area code you want.
Yeah, that makes the person feel comfortable that they're local and you're in that area. So wherever you're marketing for that project, that's pretty awesome.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up, guys. Any other additional questions? You're happy to message me on online, either Facebook, or you can reply to the email that you received. I can be happy to answer your question. Adam is very generous to allow you guys to get a 50% entrance discount. I wish I would have gotten that discount when I started, but I'm okay with you guys getting the discount. You guys deserve it. You've been on my list for a while, and if you can apply that to your business, if you see value in your business, which I think everybody needs leads in any business, that is if you're interested in growing your business, you want to have more leads than you have time, and that's the key thing. That's really what built my business up. A lot of you guys don't know the story, but I started the project, like I said, with Craigslist. I built a pretty big list for people on Craigslist, and then from that list, I generated survey leads, and through those questions on my survey lead, I can show you a survey I created. It's pretty much what I just showed you in the system, the same exact questions. I was able to filter out people and understand more about them, your prospects, before picking up the phone and calling them. I remember coaching with Jeffrey Combs. Some of you guys know who he is, Millionaire Mindset Coach. I spent $500 an hour. So for those of you who are complaining about $100 for a program, I was spending $500 an hour times 5. Okay, that's what I hired him at, and he really got me to break down in how to connect with people, because I come from an engineer mindset. Right, I'm a computer engineer by trade. I didn't have knowledge in sales and marketing. The point of the story is that if it wasn't for understanding and surrounding myself with people that were in this industry, I wouldn't have left my cubicle, at Hewlett-Packard or whatever company I was at the time. I wanted that freedom, and I know that the only way you can get freedom is you either double money, which a lot of people don't have enough of, or you double people. And so those two things stood out when my mentor taught me that little motto. And if you're taking notes, that's a good thing to jot down. That you have to get really good at pouring your heart into others, and sharing value, and you becoming that person that serves them, right? And so if it's this system that allows you to connect with more people than you have time, then that's a very good problem to have, right? And if Adam says if you're not making money by 500 people in your list, then we should probably talk together and let's dial it in, like what's going on. Because typically it's there's a whole psychology behind connecting with people, and I can sit here for hours because I've been through years and years of this stuff. But really what it breaks down to is your relationship with your parents, believe it or not, as you were growing up. Some of us were told yes or no too many times, no, and that affected us from connecting and helping other people out. And so trust me, guys, I've been through hundreds and if not thousands of people coaching on the phone and supporting them, and I got to the point where I didn't have enough time anymore to be on the phone with people. And so the system of the internet allows you to really live anywhere you want and build a business, a very profitable business. But you have to get out there. And the only way you can get out there is marketing and sales. So don't want to ramble my ear off, or your ear off rather, but hopefully that story inspired you. We can go more deeper into my story later on if it helps you with your story. And I can just tell you that the biggest breakthrough that I had with my coach was I was able to realize that I'm not the only person out there that had a messed up childhood. My parents were pretty hard on me, and it really didn't allow me to connect with people very good at that time because of the way I was raised. Very strict upbringing, very old school parents, So if some of you can relate to that story, well, there you have it. You're not alone. But don't die with that music inside you. If you have the ability to get out and connect with people, I will absolutely, unequivocally tell you that would be the most peaceful thing that you can lay down at night, and knowing that you've helped somebody else out there. So with that said, my friends, you guys have a great night. God bless, and you guys, we'll see you on the next webinar. And then we'll drop the link here in the inside chat room if you guys want to take advantage of the software here tonight. And I will be doing more trainings and hanging out in the community room here that Adam has called the community link. So a lot of people in here helping each other out. So if anybody has questions, then I'll be in here as well to answer your questions. So you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.